Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I will be showing us how to do a very simple social media poster. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you need to do is to open your Photoshop. I have already opened my own Photoshop, but if you have not, open yours by double clicking on the Photoshop icon wherever your own is located. Mine is already pinned to my taskbar. I did that before now, so it's easy for me to locate it by just double clicking on the icon, and this is it. So like I said before, we are going to be designing a beautiful social media poster, a burger poster to be precise. Now let me show you again on how I got this background. So I have to create a new page. I'll click on file, click on new, and I will click on, I'll go here. Okay, it's already on 1080 by 1080, so I use 1080 by 1080 for some of my social media design. So it's already 1080 by 1080, so you can just impute yours. The width is supposed to be 1080 and the height is supposed to be 1080 as well. In pixels, note that in pixels we have other measurements here: inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, and so on. So we are using pixels, and the resolution, I normally use 300 for my resolution so that the image quality will be maintained. Alright, so I click on create, but I will not do that because I've already done mine, so I don't need to. So I just have to close it. But if you click create, it will give you the same thing that you are seeing on my screen. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to start with the poster. Alright, we need to import our materials one after the other, and I saved my own materials on my desktop, so let's go and locate it. I have to minimize my Photoshop, minimize it, then see where I saved it. I saved it in a folder, burger material. I double click on it, and this is all the material I will need for this wonderful design. So I will start. The first step is to trace out the backgrounds, remove the backgrounds from every image to ensure that it is PNG. So let me import the first one. So I'll click on the image I want to use, I drag it inside the Photoshop, then it is on transform mode. I click enter on my keyboard. Yeah, so that is off. Now I've already recorded a tutorial on how to remove a background easily using Photoshop, so do well to watch that video and you will know how I'm going to do this. So I'll not elaborate more on this, rather, so I'll just go straight to the point. So I'll go to my quick selection tool, I'll click on select subject. So do well to watch the video. Then on your keyboard you press Ctrl T, that is transform, to transform the image. Then you go to the edge of the image, you drag, then on your keyboard you click enter, the enter key. Alright, so this is our first this is the first image we traced out. So let's go to the second one. The same way we dragged in this one, we're going to drag in the second one. So let's drag in the second one. Alright, so this is the second image. So we're going to follow the same process. So this is the layer, and as you can see from the workspace, the Coca-Cola drink is right in front of the burger, and we don't want it to be like that. So you cannot do it, you cannot control it from this workspace. So you can control it from the layer area. As you can see, the Coca-Cola is directly on top of the burger from the layer. So I just bring it, I'll click on it, then I drag it below. Have you seen it? So it has automatically gone behind the burger. So I'll click Ctrl T to transform it because it's too big. I have to reduce it a little bit. Alright, this is not the final reduction, so we'll still work on it. So let's import the next one. Okay, I saved everything in the folder, so I will just be picking it one after the other. So this one, we're going to be making use of this as well. So let's quickly remove the background. So we'll be using this very soon. You will know how we are going to be using it. So this is it. The next one. Okay, so this is the background we'll be using. It's a yellow background. So when I imported the yellow background, it covered everything that was here, so which is not what we want. So I will click on it, then I'll drag it down, I'll scroll up, I'll drag. Everything is here. So I can equally delete the background, the default background, which is the white one, the last one. So I've deleted it. So I want to transform this yellow. I click on Ctrl T, then I expand it to fill. Okay, I want to expand this side alone, so I'll hold Shift from my keyboard and drag from this place and drag. So I don't want to expand everything. So once I'm done, I'll click Enter, and this is what we have. Alright, are we not making progress? We are. It's already looking wonderful. Let's make all these ones invisible. Let's focus on the background. Yes, let's focus on the background. So this is our base background, like the foundation. So let's import other things that will accompany it. So this one, let's import this this wonderful background. So now here is the trick. What I need to do is from my keyboard I'll press Ctrl U. Now this is what we call hue and saturation. Then I'll click on colorize. Then I'll have to, from the hue panel, I have to choose the yellow color, and from saturation I'll increase the saturation. I seen it. I'll reduce the lightness, increase the saturation. This is not the yellow, and this is the exact yellow we have here. Okay, so this is how I got this. Alright, so I'm going to transform the image. Ctrl T, I click OK, then I'll drag so that you can feel the whole background, you can fill it up. Then the next thing I need to do is to reduce the opacity. Reduce the opacity to something like 12. We are good to go. I think we should drag this thing down, because when we start opening our images, the PNG images, it is going to be on top of it. So everything we need to do must be behind all the images, so it should be here. Now let's import the next one, which is this. Okay, now this one we're going to be using another blending option. So you click on the image, come here where we have normal, there's an arrow drop down there, click on the arrow drop down and click on screen. Alright, so you head on to your eraser tool here. So you make sure that the whatever you're doing is selected from the layer panel. So once you've done that, then click on the image or background or whatever you want to clean up. Click on it from the workspace. It will bring out this stuff. This smart object must be rasterized before proceeding. Edit content will no longer be available. Rasterize the smart object. So we are supposed to rasterize this image before using the cleaner to clean whatever we want to clean. So that is the mistake we made. So we're supposed to have rasterized this before using it. Oh, thank God for the intelligence of Photoshop. So this is it. Now I want to increase my brush. I come here, I increase it to, I want to increase it to 200. You can type it, enter. Then I go to my flow. The flow is 13. I can type it, increase it to 20. Alright, so I can now start cleaning. So I can equally increase my brush, the eraser size from my keyboard by pressing this bracket you're seeing on the screen. Yeah, from your keyboard. Or if you want to reduce it, yeah, increase, reduce. So this is it. So I'm done cleaning. I'll go back to my move tool. Always ensure that you move back to your move tool whenever you're done using any other tool. So we are done with this one. Let's move over to the next one. Let's import the next background, which is this. Now I'm going to be using screen as well. Screen. Control T. To fill in everywhere. Then my cleaner. Okay, let's rasterize it first. Rasterize layer. Now I choose my cleaner. Clean off these parts. So let me bring this one down so to not affect the images. So let me make the PNGs visible. So this is for this one, this is for this one. Okay, so I think it's time for us to apply our shadow. So the first thing I need to do is to create a new layer. I come here and I click on, you see other options there. We're not going to make use of it now. So I click on create new layer. I create new layer. Then I go to my brush. See my brush here, brush tool. From your tool panel, I click on the brush. I come over here to customize my brush the way I want it. I click here, no, not here, rather here. Then I increase my brush a little bit to like let's say 80. I can type it. So I'm not done doing it. So I can reduce the roundness from here. I don't want it to be perfectly round. Reduce the roundness. Then I click enter. or I will press the arrow to change the color code, because I'll be painting the shadow with black. So still highlighted from the layer icon, your new layer is still highlighted because anything you're doing will be on that new layer. So let's start on painting. I want to increase the brush more. Let's set to 90. So, oh no, Control C, undo. So it is supposed to be behind, underneath the image. So let's drag it down from the layer. Okay, and let's continue. Okay, so this is the first one. Alright, so like I said, this is the first one. Now you go back to your move icon, then still highlighted, click on filter, click on blur, click on Gaussian blur. No, reduce it. Okay, the Gaussian blur should be around 17. Okay, so we're not yet done. I'll create another new, then I'll click on my brush again. This time around I'll reduce the brush size to that 80 that we initially had in mind. 80. Then I can zoom in, then I'll start painting again. So to make it, I'm doing this so that it to be realistic. So you do the same thing, you click on filter, blur, Gaussian blur, but the Gaussian blur this time around will not be like the first one, so we have to reduce it a little bit, but I don't want it to be so thick. That's why I'm using the Gaussian blur, so to be so realistic. Alright, so this is it. We've finally created a shadow for our image. Now the next thing is to add our text. From the tool icon, you click on the text tool, the type tool. It has T as its icon, so you click on it, click on your workspace, then you reduce it. It's too much, you reduce it to, while it is still highlighted, reduce it to 18. Alright guys, so what I'm using, the font I'm using for this tutorial is called Nexa. So I'm going to edit this to perfect combo. So I just want to work on the perfect first. Then to duplicate in Photoshop, you use Ctrl J. I'll press Ctrl J. So I'll just drag it down. Then I'll double click here on the text. Then I'll write my combo. So we'll be using hierarchy here, so this is perfect. Then the combo will be a little bit small, not be as large as that one. I think I need to change the color of the combo to this red. Nah, I'm picking the color. Yeah, exactly, this is what I need. Let's import the next background. Let's bring it in so you see how it will work. So I'll click on it and I'll go to screen. I see now it's looking like. I'll reduce the opacity. Then I'll have to let me rasterize it. I have to rasterize it. Now click on my eraser, clean out some parts. Okay, so I think the effect is having the way it's looking. Okay, so you have to lock it. How do you lock it? You click here, then click on the lock the padlock icon from your layer panel. Click on it so that it will not disturb other elements as you're trying to move it. So we are advancing, right? Yes, we are. So the next thing you need to do, I want to add a little twist. So I'll have to duplicate this combo. Ctrl J, then I'll bring it out. Then this combo needs to go behind, like at the back. So I drag it. Alright, Ctrl T. I'm working on the combo, the copy of combo, the one I duplicated. So I just want to, do something nice. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'll double click from here, not from this place that has T, from this side. I'll double click on the layer. This is the big combo. So I'll go to stroke. This is the color I used before. Now I don't want this color, so I'll click on the color. I'll use my picker tool to pick this color already. Click OK. Then I'll reduce it to the size. I'll go to the size, I'll reduce it to 1. Click OK. Then I come over here, still while it is still highlighted, I'll come over here, I'll reduce the fill to 0. As you can see, there is no fill to this combo. It's just an outline, there's no fill to it. So you want to duplicate, Ctrl J, Ctrl T. So I'll drag it, so I'll do it again, Ctrl J. I've duplicated it, then Ctrl T to transform, like to bring it down to place I actually want it. Okay, click enter. Then I'll hold shift from my keyboard and click on the 3 outlined text. Then I'll click on Ctrl G to group it. Then I'll right click on the layer. I'll click on merge group. So it has merged this group as one. Ctrl T again. I want to bring it up a little bit and reduce it. So still highlighted, I'll go to my filter, go to blur, go to motion blur. Yep. Are you seeing the effect it's giving to it? Are you seeing the effect? I click OK. Bring it down. Remember we imported a love icon, so let's make it visible right now. This is the one we imported, so it's going to be useful now. So Ctrl T, that's what I did, then Ctrl J to duplicate it, bring the other one here, I'll leave this one here. I'll click on the icon from the layer, it's highlighted already. I'll go to filter, I'll go to blur, motion blur. I see the effect, motion blur. Alright, then this one I have to increase it to give it that camera effect. Okay, then I'll duplicate this one. I'll duplicate this one, the one that has motion blur. Ctrl J, I'll bring it over to here. Then I'll reduce it a little bit. Ctrl T, reduce. Okay. Oh, the text, I want to add another text. Okay, so I'm going to write no, let's remove this from the capital letter. So, order years now. I'm going to duplicate this, but can you actually order it from here? No, you cannot order this burger from here except virtually, except virtually. So you want to make this order now more pronounced. You want to make use of your hierarchy, then reduce this PIC, reduce it. I'm making use of hierarchy so it will not look somehow. Okay, I think I need to make that PIC digital is red. Why is the red coming out like this? Let me use a rectangle for this order now, so it will add more. Okay, I already, so I have to bring it down. Then I'll use, let's say, a red. This one should be white. Ctrl T. Then I'll hold shift from my keyboard and drag from this side alone. That's the side I want to drag. think I need to reduce this other now. Okay. Let's check if there's anything I've not brought in. Okay, everything is in apart from this light. So let's use it, let's maximize it. So this light is supposed to come forward. Let's reduce the opacity. Okay, are you seeing? I reduce the opacity. Are you seeing the effect is given to this? Yeah, I just reduced the opacity. Are you seeing the effect is given to it? Okay, so this is beautiful. This is very, very beautiful. Alright, so I will have to use my camera raw. From my keyboard I'll press Shift Control Alternate E all at once. Once I've done that, I'll go to filter, then I'll go to camera raw. Then this is where the magic happens. Sorry guys, I made a mistake here. Order yours, not order your now. So sorry, it was a mistake. Let me correct it. Order yours now. Okay, so repeat what I said. Shift Control Alternate E from your keyboard all at once. Then as you can see, it just merged everything together as one, as a picture from the layer panel. So I'll highlight it, I'll click on it from the layer, go to filter, go to camera raw. Then you just play with all these things, like work with all these things here to give you the kind of filter you want, like the kind of color correction or color grading you want. So I start by making my tints. I can add more tints, add a little bit tints. I don't have a specific number for all these things, so depends on what I want. So I added more tints. Okay, go to clarity, added clarity +9 clarity, then tint is +22. Then I go to my curve. So there's no specific way for me. I don't have a specific way of working with this, so depends on how the image is and how I want to work with it. So I go to the curve, I reduce the shadows. You see how it's becoming sharp. Increase the highlights, reduce the darks. It's too much. Reduce the light. Okay, I think this is okay. Okay, I'll go to effects, then I'll use my vignetting and reduce it. So this basically works on the edges. Like if you notice, let's click 0. This is how it was before, but once we start using our vignetting, see the edges is now a little bit darker, unlike before. If you increase it, it will be whiter, but we don't want a whiter edge, we want a darker one. So this is it. Then we'll go back to our basic. Okay, we can increase the grain a little bit to give that grainy kind of effect. Let's go back to our basic, reduce the black, white, no, exposure, 0, shadows. So I think we are good to go. Clarity, I think we are good to go. So I click OK. See the difference, see the difference. This one was looking cold and wasn't looking sharp, but this one, because of camera raw, see how sharp it is looking, very very sharp. So we are done with this flyer, we are done with this beautiful flyer. So the next thing we need to do is to export our job. So I'll click on Control Shift Alternate W at once. That's a shortcut to export. So to bring out this, so I'll export as, I want to export as JPEG, like a normal exporting. Then it's JPEG quality. So I'm not going to elaborate on this. So everything is intact. So you click on export, you locate where you want to export it. So this is the folder I want it to be, this burger material. So I double click there, I rename my work burger social media poster, burger social media poster. Click save, and it has saved. So guys, this is how to design this beautiful perfect combo. I'm already salivating. Alright, so let's see how it's looking like. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. I want you to try it out, and if there is any question, drop it on the comment section. Drop your comments and your questions and your review and whatever you have. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Share this video to your friends, share this video to everyone so that they will partake of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching this video once again. Bye for now.